There are things that happen in the night that make us think about them all the next day. Not nightmares, not insomnia, just a sudden contraction in the calf, as if someone just tightened a nerve from the inside. You wake up trying to massage, stretch your leg, clench your teeth to wait for the pain to pass. Then you lie back down with a sleep that is no longer complete. If you have ever experienced those moments, you are not alone. Nighttime leg cramps are one of the most common neuromuscular disorders in people over 60. And notably, the older you get, the more frequent they become, not only causing pain, but also shattering sleep, impairing mental clarity, and gradually weakening the legs. But what worries me most is that many people just think it must be old age. Meanwhile, the body has been silently speaking for a long time. It's just that we haven't understood it correctly. The good news is, leg cramps are completely controllable. No need for strong medication, no need for daily massages. But sometimes, just with a few very simple foods readily available in the kitchen if you know how to choose correctly. Are you ready to discover the top 3 foods that help older adults prevent leg cramps? And among those foods, there is a soft, golden, familiar fruit that many people underestimate. But it contains exactly what your body needs. That is the banana. In every movement, whether as small as wiggling your toes or as large as standing up from a chair, potassium plays the role of a conductor for the nerve signals transmitted to the muscles. It's like the silent electrical wiring underneath, unseen, but without it, everything stops. When the potassium level in the blood drops below the optimal level, the signals become chaotic, and the muscles no longer receive commands accurately. The result? Abnormal contractions, cramps, leg tremors, and unexplained fatigue. And that is precisely why bananas, a seemingly simple fruit, play a special role for people after age 60. Bananas, in the eyes of many, are simply a snack. They are easy to digest, soft, convenient, and almost always present in the kitchens of older adults. But hidden behind that familiar appearance, bananas carry a special role, especially for legs that have begun to show signs of fatigue, contraction, or slight tremors after each walk. Although not a medicine, it is one of the most accessible natural sources of potassium, and it also comes with a bit of magnesium and vitamin B6, 2 nutrients that silently support nerves and regulate muscle contraction. In other words, bananas not only soothe hunger, but also help soothe the discomfort in aging muscle groups. One medium-sized banana contains about 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium, equivalent to 12% of the recommended daily intake. But what's more valuable is that bananas are one of the very few fruits that provide potassium in an easily absorbable form, even for people with poor digestion. Not only that, bananas also carry magnesium and vitamin B6, 2 nutrients that combine with potassium like a protective triangle for neuromuscular activity. Magnesium helps muscles relax after contraction, supports faster recovery, and reduces the risk of recurring nighttime cramps. Meanwhile, B6 acts as a signal transmission key between the nervous system and muscles, keeping the body's reactions timely and at the right intensity. However, the important thing lies in how you use bananas, not just whether you eat them or not. Bananas only maximize their benefits when used at the right time, in the right dosage, and accompanied by appropriate supporting substances. For example, eating a banana in the afternoon, after having a full lunch, will help potassium be absorbed more stably, instead of being burned too quickly if you eat it on an empty stomach. If you combine it with a few almonds or unsweetened yogurt, you are providing a perfect combo. Potassium, magnesium, B6, 3 nutrients that act as coordinators of neuromuscular signals, helping muscles react flexibly and significantly reducing the risk of contraction. Don't underestimate those small suggestions, because for older adults, the difference doesn't come from big changes. It comes from very small actions but repeated every day. Some people also worry about bananas causing constipation or bloating. However, most of these reactions come from eating habits and individual constitutions, not the bananas themselves. If you use bananas as part of a balanced meal and don't eat too many, one banana at a time, maximum 1 to 2 times per day, bananas will be one of the safest and most effective natural sources of potassium. You see, leg cramps are not a normal part of old age. They are a sign of an imbalanced neuromuscular system that is hungry for nutrients and not being properly addressed. And a banana, if eaten at the right time and in the right way, can be the simplest key to start recovery. And if recently you've felt your legs get tired easily when climbing stairs, or your calves feel heavy after grocery shopping, then don't just think it's old age. Try asking yourself again, have you given your body enough potassium, enough keys for your muscles to function smoothly? It's never too late to start over. Maybe just one small banana, eaten at the right time, is enough to change how your legs react with every step. If you think leg cramps are simply due to lack of exercise or sleeping in the wrong position, you may have overlooked a very important factor, the nervous system. Yes, sometimes it's not that the muscles are weak, but that the signals from the brain to the muscles are transmitted incorrectly. It's like when a radio catches a patchy signal, the music is distorted and intermittent. Our body is the same. If the nerves transmit incorrect commands, the muscles can contract at the wrong time. The result? A leg jerk in the middle of the night, a pain that keeps you awake, and the next morning a feeling of unexplained exhaustion. That is when we need to mention the second food, a familiar dish, sometimes considered too common to make a big difference. But that simplicity carries a valuable solution for the nervous system of people after age 60. That dish is eggs. Imagine the nervous system as a network of electrical wires running from the brain to every muscle fiber. For the current to flow smoothly, the wires need good insulation, and in the body, that insulation is myelin. Now, if this myelin layer wears down over time or is not regularly regenerated, the transmitted signals will be distorted and delayed, like an electrical wire with cracked insulation. And here's something few people know. Vitamin B12, abundant in egg yolks, is an essential nutrient that helps regenerate and protect that myelin layer. Without enough B12, you might start to feel numbness in your hands, tingling in your legs, or slow reflexes when walking. Some people even describe the feeling as their legs no longer listen to them. That's a classic sign of nerves losing their ability to transmit commands accurately. But B12 isn't everything. In each egg, there's another silent factor, choline, a nutrient that helps the body produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that helps control muscle movement smoothly and regularly. As we age, the amount of choline in the body naturally decreases, but modern diets often lack choline-containing foods. So even if you eat enough protein and vegetables, if you lack choline, the nervous system still operates out of sync and muscles still receive incorrect signals, resulting in cramps, hand tremors, slow reflexes, and a tendency to fall. There's another important thing that eggs provide, natural vitamin D from the yolk. Vitamin D not only helps absorb calcium, but also regulates muscle contraction, helping the body recover quickly after cramps or fatigue from exercise. When combined with complete protein from egg whites, containing all 9 essential amino acids, eggs become a comprehensive nutritional package for both nerves and muscles. Many people often worry about cholesterol in eggs, but in fact, recent studies, including those published by the Harvard School of Public Health, have shown that eating 1 to 2 eggs per day does not increase the risk of cardiovascular disease in healthy individuals. The important thing is the preparation method and the accompanying foods. Instead of frying with a lot of oil or eating with bacon, you can boil eggs until the yolk is just set to preserve maximum vitamin B12 and choline. Eat with green vegetables like spinach or kale to increase folate absorption and support nerve transmission. Add a little nut butter or a few slices of avocado to provide healthy fats and support the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. And if you ask, when should I eat eggs to achieve the best effect? The answer is, morning is the golden time. After a long night, the body is deficient in nutrients, the nervous system needs to recharge, and the muscles need raw materials to regenerate. A light breakfast with 1 to 2 boiled eggs, plus a slice of whole wheat bread or some green vegetables, can help you start the day with a stable source of energy while reducing the risk of nighttime cramps. However, if you are not used to eating eggs early in the morning, use eggs as an afternoon snack instead of sweets or salty snacks. One boiled egg with a few almonds can help you maintain nerve function, avoid fatigue, and help you sleep more deeply at night. In summary, eggs are not a novel food, nor do they require complicated cooking methods, but if used correctly, regularly every day, they are an important foundation that helps the nervous system function smoothly, reduces signal transmission disorders, and most importantly, prevents the silent cramps that steal your sleep and comfort. And when you combine eggs with food number 3, which is bananas, you have addressed two core aspects of the cramping problem: electrolyte balance and accurate nerve transmission. However, for the final piece to fit in, you still need one more factor: comprehensive muscle relaxation. A mineral that helps muscles relax at the right time, helps you sleep deeply, and especially significantly reduces those nighttime spasms. And that's why we'll continue with food number 1 in the next part: a snack that is light but heavy in benefits: pumpkin seeds. Have you ever found yourself getting enough sleep and eating reasonably well, yet still waking up with tired legs, tight calves, and not feeling truly rested? Or perhaps while sitting watching TV, your calf suddenly twitches, and then in the evening, a sudden cramp grabs your thigh. Sound familiar? And the thing is, those phenomena are not due to incorrect posture during exercise, nor are they entirely due to age, but largely it's because an essential mineral has silently withdrawn from your body: magnesium. People often mention calcium for strong bones, iron for blood circulation, or vitamin D for the immune system. However, there is a silent but extremely important mineral that is rarely asked about. Doctor, have you supplemented enough magnesium for your body? But in fact, magnesium is the silent hero, playing a key role in helping our body relax, have a good night's sleep, and stay away from unpleasant muscle cramps. Many doctors call magnesium the relaxation mineral because it helps the body escape the state of stiffness, tension, and microscopic imbalance that you don't even notice. And if it's lacking, the consequences don't come as a major pain, but as a persistent, nameless fatigue. A study in the journal Nutrients states that more than 60% of people over 60 have magnesium levels lower than recommended, mainly due to insufficient diet or prolonged malabsorption that goes undetected. Imagine magnesium as the safety brake for a car after accelerating. It is the mineral that helps muscles relax at the right time after contracting. If potassium is known as the substance that helps muscles contract, then magnesium is the factor that helps muscles fully relax. But the role of magnesium doesn't stop there. It also participates in many other important processes in the body, including stabilizing heart rhythm, ensuring smooth communication between the brain and muscles, supporting the body's production of melatonin, an important hormone for sleep, and helping to reduce the silent stress and anxiety that many older adults often experience. So, why are people over 60 at higher risk of magnesium deficiency? There are three main reasons for this situation. First, the body's ability to absorb nutrients declines with age. The intestinal lining is thinner, digestive enzymes are less effective, causing magnesium from food not to be retained as much as before. Second, the use of long-term medications such as diuretics, antacids, or blood pressure medications can all increase the amount of magnesium excreted through urine. Finally, the diet of older adults often tends to reduce the amount of green vegetables, nuts, and beans, rich sources of magnesium, as they may switch to eating less, eating softer, and easier to digest foods. The human body is like an orchestra, where each mineral plays the role of a musician, and magnesium is the conductor, ensuring that all activities of muscle contraction and relaxation, nerve transmission, heart rate, blood pressure, all occur harmoniously. When magnesium is deficient, that piece of music begins to go out of tune. Muscles are constantly slightly tense, not clearly painful, but a heavy feeling, easily tired after walking or climbing stairs. Cramps occur suddenly, especially at night when the body is not tightly controlled by consciousness. Limbs twitch slightly during sleep. Some people think it's dreaming, but it's actually a nerve signal disorder due to magnesium deficiency. Sleep is not deep, easily waking up at 2 to 3 a.m. because magnesium helps produce melatonin, the natural sleep-regulating hormone. Mood is easily irritable, restless. Magnesium also affects serotonin, a substance that helps maintain mental stability. That's why many people wake up feeling unwell, even though they have no fever or illness. It's just that energy is not full, nerves are not stable, the body is always in a state of slight tension, but prolonged. And now you understand why just a small muscle cramp can be a sign of a larger chain of deficiencies silently taking place. But don't worry. In the next part, I will introduce why pumpkin seeds are the little hero that helps us solve all the above disorders, from muscles and nerves to sleep, with just 1 to 2 small spoons a day. Among countless types of food, there is a small dish that many people often only think of as a snack, but it contains a truly valuable nutritional treasure for older adults. That is pumpkin seeds. With just about 28 grams of pumpkin seeds, equivalent to about 2 tablespoons, you can provide your body with up to 168 milligrams of magnesium, nearly 40% of the daily requirement. Not only rich in magnesium, pumpkin seeds also contain natural omega-3s that help fight mild inflammation, tryptophan, an important amino acid that helps produce serotonin and melatonin, thereby improving sleep and reducing anxiety, zinc and iron that help regenerate blood and increase endurance, along with antioxidants that help protect muscle cells from damage. Thus, just a small spoonful of pumpkin seeds can nourish your muscles, nervous system, and sleep. So how can the magnesium in pumpkin seeds truly take effect? It's not as simple as just chewing a few seeds and being done. People over 50 need to pay attention to the appropriate dosage, timing, and method of use. Regarding dosage, about 15 to 30 grams per day, equivalent to 1 to 2 tablespoons, is sufficient. Avoid eating too much to prevent feelings of fullness. The golden time to consume pumpkin seeds is in the afternoon or after a light dinner, so that magnesium can maximize its effects on muscles and nighttime sleep. Regarding usage, you can sprinkle pumpkin seeds on oatmeal in the morning, mix them into green salads, snack on them with half a banana and 3 to 5 almonds, or simply lightly roast and chew a spoonful after dinner. An important note is to always choose unsalted pumpkin seeds to avoid the risk of high blood pressure, and chew thoroughly so that nutrients are absorbed more easily. Miracles can happen after 2 to 3 weeks of persistently using pumpkin seeds correctly. You may notice that nighttime cramps are significantly reduced, sleep is deeper and less interrupted. You wake up in the morning feeling lighter, climbing stairs becomes easier, and breathing is more even, along with a relaxed mood and no more unexplained feelings of irritability. All these positive results can come from a very small change in your daily diet. In summary, you don't need to make drastic changes to your diet or turn to expensive supplements. Just adding a spoonful of pumpkin seeds each day, you are already making a very large investment in your own health. The abundant magnesium in pumpkin seeds not only nourishes muscles, but also helps you have deeper sleep, keeps your heart rhythm stable, and helps the nervous system not get disordered whenever you are worried. A small snack, but a natural remedy for legs that are often stiff, for restless sleep, and for a healthier and more peaceful old age. There's something that seems so simple, being able to sleep straight through the night, without being woken up by a sharp pain in your calf. But for many people over 60, it's a wish that's hard to fulfill. And it's not because you're lazy about exercising, and not necessarily because of lack of sleep. Sometimes the culprit is right in our own little kitchen, in foods that seem enough, but are missing exactly what muscles and nerves need to relax properly. After today's journey, we've explored 3 familiar foods, but each one carries a silent yet important role, like guardians for healthy legs and peaceful sleep. 1. Bananas, seemingly just a light snack after a meal, but they turn out to be a great source of potassium for older adults. Potassium is like the good electricity running through the body, helping muscle fibers contract and relax in rhythm. When you're low on it, muscles are like they've lost their connection, contracting without warning. And the result is Cramps, aching, sharp pain, stiff muscles in the middle of the night. Just one banana a day in the late afternoon or after a light dinner provides about 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium. And when you combine it with a few almonds or a spoonful of plain yogurt, the effect is multiplied thanks to the magnesium and vitamin B6, a food that's easy to make, easy to eat, but it silently brings the body back into rhythm. 2. Eggs, the nerve maintainer. Muscles don't contract on their own. They follow signals from the brain, transmitted through nerves like electrical wires. And if the wires are frayed or tangled, even if the muscles are strong, they'll still react incorrectly. This is where the vitamin B12 and choline in the egg play their part. B12 helps regenerate the myelin sheath, the insulation protecting the nerves, and choline supports the production of acetylcholine, a signaling substance that helps muscles react accurately and smoothly. Many people eat enough protein, but still get cramps because the signals don't arrive, or they arrive at the wrong time. 1 to 2 eggs a day, boiled, steamed, or pan-fried with a little oil, are enough to protect the nervous system from interference. And importantly, don't skip the yolk, because that's where the most valuable B12 and choline are. 3. Pumpkin seeds, the relaxation rhythm keeper. If potassium is the driving force for muscle contraction, then magnesium is the brake for muscles to relax properly. And a lack of magnesium, which is very common in older adults, makes muscles easily get stuck in a contracted state, causing cramps. Not to mention, magnesium also helps regulate nerves, stabilize heart rhythm, improve sleep, and reduce mild anxiety, important factors that help the body relax completely during the night. Just 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, about 28 grams, provides nearly 40% of the daily magnesium requirement. Eat them in the afternoon or after a light dinner, sprinkle them on salads, mix them with oatmeal, or eat them on their own as a healthy snack. Combine the tryptophan and omega-3 in pumpkin seeds, and you'll clearly see deeper sleep, fewer awakenings due to random muscle contractions. You see, these 3 foods aren't expensive, aren't luxurious, and don't require restaurants or prescriptions. Just 1 banana to keep muscles contracting in rhythm, 1 egg for the nervous system to transmit signals smoothly, and a little bit of pumpkin seeds for the body to relax and gently drift into sleep. Small changes, but profound impacts. Not only preventing cramps, but also improving sleep, reducing leg fatigue, and increasing independence in daily activities. And now, the decision rests with you. Just choose one thing that suits you best and start today. Maybe it's 1 egg for breakfast, or a little bit of pumpkin seeds every afternoon, or simply switch your dessert to a banana instead of a pastry. You'll see, after just a few weeks, lighter legs, deeper sleep, and waking up feeling energized. Because taking care of your health in old age isn't a strict discipline, but a timely understanding and love for yourself.